All right, this is the Studer S20-12 universal cylindrical grinder with ID attachment.
Good to go here? All right. I'll turn on hydraulics. We'll fire up the wheel head, play with that maybe, play with the work head some, do a couple of manual control movements with the table, and then we'll flip it over to an auto cycle and do like a 10,000ths pass. So here's hydraulics first up on the OD spindle side. And just manually speaking, table, do a couple resets real quick. With speed control is over here for table, here we go. That's faster or slower. So that's that. And that off, we've got front and back with, turn it on first. You can bring the head in. This all happens automatically, but you also got manual control of the in-feed, so that all works. We can turn our pot on, work head here with the pot, and we can slow this down or speed it up. It's roughly 0 to about 800 from what the book says, and I think that's accurate. So that all works good. So we're going to leave that about 30% maybe. Turn that off. It'll come on again with automatic control. In fact, we're running an automatic cycle right now. We'll do a plunge cycle first, which is about 10,000ths in on the dial right here. If you watch the dial, Pete, we'll flip over to automatic. And I'm going to hit cycle start, and you'll just come in and do a plunge cycle, and I can vary that control over here. I'm slowing it down, as you can see, or speed it up. We'll do one more. It's pretty fast. I only got a few thousandths on there. One more time. In. There's real fast. That's full up. You're slowing it down again. And we'll go back to normal. And maybe one more. We can do a dwell on there. I think, well, the dwell I got set up for the traverse table. Here's spark out. So that's plunge. Let me do a traverse cycle here. This is wheel head in with the table. This is incremental now. I can slow that down or speed it up the same way. So I back that off a little bit. This will go up to 0. And up here you see the spark out is for 1, which would be 2 passes at a table. So when we hit 0 here, it's going to spark out twice and then go home for a typical traverse cycle. So I can speed all of this up table, whatever I want to do here, but it's just a normal mode right now. Now we might get 2 more hits, and that should be about it. There it is. See one more then? And are we good there? Because aside from that, we're back in manual, again, spark out, so we got speed control on the work head, speed control for the table, speed control for feed. We have our wheel head, manual handle, of course, is right here. And same thing with in-feed, with the dial settings. This is for dressing, incremental feed for dressing. And the only thing we didn't do actually was, if I go back in auto, which is kind of nice, it has a pause cycle built in here, and it won't do anything now because I left the wheel out. There we go. It's got a safety on there. So if we're moving like this, there's our pause control, and go right back into feed. And if we want to just back off the cycle, which is what I'm going to do, just send that back. That's pretty much it on all the controls there. And we covered this, we covered this. The only thing left maybe is the ID spindle. We can shut this off, go back into manual, shut off the in-feed. It doesn't want to see that electrically, so you can't dive in on the ID. We should get hydraulics now. and we should get ID spindle. We'll run that for a few seconds. I don't have any lube going to it, so I won't leave it on real long. But yeah, it's gonna come up right in there. I think we're about 30,000 on this one. I thought I read, and I'm not sure. Here we go. So that's all good. All right, back off the hydraulic and everything off. And while you're here, we've got the dial control, tailstock, spring loaded, adjustable spring, and the micrometer setting for taper for run out is all on there. And this is, of course, if you're done with that, and this is the cover that goes down over the ID spindle. This would come in, that goes back. That's the dressing block. Yeah, we don't have a dresser in there right now, but it's got the hole in there. That'd be dressing. Independent control for the motor, for the ID spindle, coolant, and yeah, that's pretty much everything, Pete. Yeah, it's all fully functional.